Hey Zalivas, this is SuperZomGBBQ, and we are talking today about quite a few things actually. Most importantly, this raft of players who seem to think that by deleting SuperCard or deleting your cards on SuperCard that you can quit SuperCard effectively. Nah. What we've had recently is a lot of people decide that they've had enough of WWE SuperCard, which everyone's entitled to do. This game is, in all effects and purposes, a bit of a time sink, and if you continue to play it, it does have an effect on your brain, your way you work. It's like anything. If you get addicted to a job, eventually you get sick of it. If you get addicted to playing Call of Duty, eventually you get sick of it and you play something else. If you look at the FIFA community, there's a lot of similarities between WWE SuperCard and this community, the YouTubers, the Twitch streamers, etc., who you play this game a lot, you're designed to, it's how you progress. You can't get divas now from packs, you've never been able to in Season 2, but this is one you could. It's kind of worrying that people have to kind of go cold turkey, and the thing is it doesn't work, and I wanted to discuss that. A few people who are actually close to me in terms of, you know, pals, friends, etc., people within the game, have tried this beforehand, and eventually it's failed. I can tell you from experience, not me but other people, deleting your cards and quitting this game does not mean that you will quit. That is only possible for people who can go cold turkey. Honestly, if you want to leave this game alone, it's really that simple. Here's your phone, you just put it down. Okay, put the phone down. Just put the phone down. And literally, you pick up one of these. An Xbox controller. Or you go to the gym. Or you go and write a book. Or you go and record stuff on the internet. This stuff here, this YouTube and Twitch thing that I do, is actually an amazing antidote to playing this game so fucking much. It is literally the only thing that keeps me playing, because trust me, you have no idea. And yes, okay, it was slightly, I don't know, ironic that I was complaining so much about not getting a pro diva, and loads of other people haven't got them, and I've got like 4 now, and I'll probably have 5 or 6 soon anyway. But the fact of the matter is, it was so frustrating to open as many packs as I did, to pull cards I have, that there were times I thought, and I still think today, why do I do it? And then this is like the antidote to it. This is like the keep going, because you've got people watching you, you've got people who pay to watch you on Twitch and to be part of your community on Twitch. This is like the antidote. But to other people, it could just be playing FIFA, it might be playing Black Ops, it might be playing Star Wars Battlefront. You know, it's always good to have. And I tell you what, the ultimate for me is playing Rock Band 4. If I am stressed out beyond belief with SuperCard, you just put it down. It's not that important, and you walk away and you find something else. You come back at the beginning of WrestleMania tier. Experience the hype. And listen, people quit SuperCard all the time and they keep coming back. I've only ever known one person who's actually quit and stayed quit, and I believe that was Degny, and Degny just didn't delete any of his cards. He just put the game down and he moved on with his life. And everyone else comes back at some point, and that's okay. It's a game. Remember, overall, this is a video game. You can put it down and you can find something else to be interested in. And it just frustrates me that all these people seem to be doing this kind of social thing of, yeah, look at me deleting all my cards. I mean, look at me wasting all this money I've spent into this game, and look at me doing all this stuff that, you know, it's just pissing people off. And it's a worrying trend. And what I don't want to do is some guy who spent, you know, a lot of money on this game, you know, deleting all of his cards and thinking that that's cool and that's awesome. Because shouts, you need to step back and you need to just move on and go somewhere else. So that small little rant kind of, you know, let's just talk about it to one side. I just look at it, the situation, and I go, you know, yeah, go to my NBA, go to NHL, who'll be back soon enough, and you'll be complaining you don't get it. Me personally, if someone deletes their cards, I know this is a bit of a controversial opinion, a lot of people, I can name names, have quit, they've gone to feedback and got their cards back, and I personally feel that if you quit and you delete all your cards, feedback should not allow unless it's blatantly obvious that the person's been hacked and all their stuff's been taken or their stuff's been deleted. Honestly, that's the only reason they should give you back, and there's definitely signs when that happens. A lot of people, for example, quit after they open packs and got nothing. I'm guessing people will find that a little bit controversial, but that's just my opinion. The second event is the fact that Callisto's Road to Glory is over, and guess what? I have pro'd my Callisto card. It is here. Now this is what I call the Dream Team. Whilst it doesn't have a tag, this covers pretty much every stat point. The only thing I'm slightly disappointed about is how weak Callisto is. I mean, seriously, he's the weakest event card. And if I go back, Brad from Cat Daddy once said, and I'm not holding him to everything he says, just to clarify, Brad from Cat Daddy said that as the tier goes on, and this happened in Legendary tier, that the cards do get stronger over time, or they're supposed to become more, you know, stronger towards your needs at the time. Well, the last two PCC or event rewards that we've got have been weak-ass cards. I mean, Jericho was the weakest, but he is a very useful card. Callisto is weak as hell, and you know, he's only beneficial in 2 stats, and if you look at it, power and toughness wise, he loses to most other cards in power and toughness. He loses to most cards in speed and charisma. I mean, I think my Jack Swagger's actually better than him. And if I was to, I don't know, review this card is good in basically 2 things. And that's, you know, only helped by the fact that Taker was a very early event card. So Taker, for example, in a lot of decks has been built up as a power, a charisma card and a toughness card, so overall, which means that Callisto is going to do really well. But honestly, as a card, he kinda sucks. Honestly, the only thing he's good for really is all on speed, but hey ho, it might not matter next week because we do potentially have an update coming out, and that's why I'm going to talk about PCC, because that is scheduled to be next week. PCC being scheduled to be next week obviously means that we are going to have some kind of, well, we have a team event coming up as well, Team RTG, but that's not been announced as to what that card is going to be, and hopefully we'll find out tomorrow what that's going to be. But we've got Team RTG, you've got PCC. Now, I've got a couple of guesses on my side as to what I think Team RTG and Team PCC is going to be. My personal opinion is that the Team RTG is going to be a Brock Lesnar card. Because that would just make total sense with everything that's gone on recently, and the fact that Brock Lesnar is highly unlikely to get a PCC card because Dean's already been a PCC card, as well as Roman Reigns has already been a PCC card. So I just can't see it personally. I can't see it at all. We're going to win 3-0 against this guy, which is awesome. And that's why I'm the Dream Team, because it covers power, charisma, toughness, speed, power, toughness, and speed, charisma. So it should cover all stats. It just doesn't have the tag yet, which hopefully, well, will happen. PCC wise, I've got a couple of my own opinions when it comes to the PCC. I actually did a vote yesterday, and as the stands, the Divas are literally dead head to head against AJ Styles and Miz. But as time goes on, a couple people mentioned in a stream the other day that they believed it was going to be Owens and Ziggler. Now, I have to say, I'm actually kind of swaying towards that. But the three options that I have, which my guess is really, are that it's going to be Ziggler Owens, which would be completely pointless, but it will give us the tag on both sides. I personally think that would be an awful thing to do, because Owens is going to win by a landslide, and he's going to be power toughness orientated and whatever. But hey, this is Cat Daddy. I personally would suggest that be an AJ Styles and Miz one, because it does seem like that's going to be his first match in WWE. Is going to be against the Miz. And that would be a right card, and I'm assuming that AJ Styles is going to be a right card as well, but it might be a down arrow card. Either way, it's going to be some kind of taggable card. And if the fusions come next week, then it's definitely going to be a taggable card, because they've got to find some way of making people want to play PCC if they've just released fusions cards, because let's be honest, why would you go for an event card that is completely irrelevant to some overpowered stuff you can buy from the fusion chamber? So I think that's what it's going to be. The other option is it is going to be a Divas PCC, although quite honest with you, I can't see it yet. I can see it later on. I'm thinking a Divas ring domination maybe. That could be interesting once the fusions are out, so it's not quite as damaging to have a diva just randomly pop up in the game. Hey, let me know what you think in the comment section about what you think it's going to be. But I thought it was going to be Sasha and Charlotte, but a lot of people corrected me and said that apparently they're going to give it to the diva shot to Brie now. So it could be Brie Charlotte. Brie Charlotte would be good for me, because I personally think that Brie would win. But again, let me know what you think in the comment section about PCC coming up this week. Do you think the rewards are going to be what I've said, or do you have your own predictions? Again, let me know in the comment section below, or hit me up on Twitter. You know exactly where to go. Talking about team events, I think it's only right now to talk about my status with team events, because I am on the JB on tour. But the last couple of events I have been sitting with Luigi's team, Forever Smug. Now, I told Luigi yesterday that I was going to continue the tour, which meant I had to leave them. Obviously, that was kind of hard for me because I really got on with the guys there, and I wish them all the very best. And no doubt they're going to get some amazing members in before Teams RTG comes in, and they'll probably get the card anyway because they've got an amazing spirit. And all the guys are staying there, which is great. They just need to get another couple of members, which I believe they've sorted out themselves, so don't ask me. I think they've sorted out already. So let's talk about my new team. So my new team, you could say, is godlike. Yes, I have teamed up with the amazing people at God. This is a team that is one of the best in WWE SuperCard. They had a space because one of their members, Almog, quit last week. Again, not having to go you Almog with the whole quitting thing, but that's just my opinion. And I am actually going to be with these guys, which is awesome. And I just want to shout out the members now. Mikey, Calandwell, the Pack Lord. He knows I'm only messing. David P, Jack Attacks. Jack Attacks is awesome, so is David P in all fairness. I've not actually known David P that much. Sojib, SWAT DX, Talwa, Sisurugi, and of course myself. I will be replacing some of these cards because I know a lot of these cards are all up down arrows, and I don't think I'm going to be very popular if I'm the only person who's got a right arrow in that team. So I'm going to have to be changing that in a second. But yeah, I am with God for this next Team RTG. Let me know if you're looking for a team on Twitter, and I might give you a shout out. And if Teams RTG is announced, let us know what the rewards are in the comment section as well. If we can also drop a like on this video, if we can get to 333 likes, that'd be incredible. And of course, drop an elbow on that subscribe button. That's just a shout out to Luigi right there, because I noticed I did it, and I know she's been doing it for ages. So hey, I'll just continue with it. So yeah, drop an elbow off the top rope on to the subscribe button if you want to see more WWE SuperCard content, as well as W2K16 FIFA. And of course, remember, the only thing you have to do today, if you do anything, is leave!